afternoon, everyone. It's Savannah and coming back with a makeup tutorial. I'm getting ready for a wedding. Mike and Andrea, if you're seeing this, congratulations. I can't wait to see y'all get married and I'll spend the rest of y'all's lives together. Start off with some eye cream. I have the Cheer Up eye cream by Pharmacy. Some nut on there. I feel like it's always important, especially if you have dry skin like me, just to start off with getting some hydration on your face. I'm using the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir 24 karat gold moisturizer. It has like little gold flecks. It's the Per 4-in-1 correcting primer. It's got aloe and coconut water and probiotics. It really just feels like a moisturizing cream. I'll put a little sunscreen on. Gina Pure and Free Baby Sunscreen Lotion. The ceremony part is going to be outside. It's going to be an evening wedding, but it's very important to put sunscreen on. My face is feeling good and you can see I'm getting a glow going, and that's definitely what I want before I start. I'm going to add this Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I love this stuff. I don't even like watermelon. Eat it too much as a kid. Dew Primer has like the softest watermelon scent. It smells really yummy. Went ahead and bought it in the full size. Go ahead and moisturize my lips. I'm really excited to get glam. I haven't put super glamorous makeup on in a hot minute. Let's do a pore filling primer. Hair Bond makeup primer. Whoa. Don't use that much. All of it off. It's just like a silky pore filling primer. I feel like on my nose and on my forehead line. I like to start with my face makeup. This is my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. Really like the e.l.f. sponges. I'll do a little correct. And so I have dark under circles. I'm just gonna correct around my mouth or I get shadowing. Really up to you. Around my nose and just a little under my eyes. You totally don't have to color correct, but since it's a special occasion, tap it on some of the dark spots I have. I'm gonna use a full coverage foundation because I don't want things showing through. I do have a couple blemishes going on. You know, in important events, you don't want to use new stuff, but I think I'm about to YOLO and use new. And I'm just blending the color corrector in. I didn't even lay it on that thick, so I was like, I just went straight in with my foundation over it. The Anastasia Luminous Foundation. I have one of their little sample books. So I think I'm gonna bronze my face with these colors as well as try out the foundation. And the color I'm using right now is 345C. See if it was my shade. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm just using the same brush to apply the color corrector. You know, I'm like getting like zoned out why I'm applying this much foundation on my forehead. I do not like a bunch of foundation on my forehead. So this is definitely enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in. Using my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I'm gonna tap this all over my hand. Wiping on my forehead because I'm trying to get some of that product off. Definitely like to put very, very minimum product on my forehead. Like the forehead is where like your makeup could look cakey really fast. And like around your nose. Still just stippling this in. It feels like it like set to my face nicely. For a sample, they like picked the color based on the quiz I took, and I still have enough for another full face application. This 450C same brush I use for the foundation, but I'm just gonna definitely get less on the brush since I'm contouring. We're gonna apply that for some liquid contour. Like for special occasions, this just has like flawless smoothness to it. Especially if you use a foundation, a darker foundation, I think it just blends into the face better because it's more skin light. Yeah, the only thing I usually put a lot on my forehead is like a contour, so I wouldn't have put that much foundation. I would just all the contour, and I just make sure I make them even. I usually just start like where the top of my ear and then go straight down. That's usually good for me. And then under my chin, get a nice chiseled look. I just lost a few pounds. I wish. It's so hard to lose weight. Speaking of losing weight, I'm gonna do my best to get back on a fitness train. I'm someone who gets like really anxious and nervous about things. Like when I feel like things are consuming my life, not talking about working out, then I just like stop working out. Like for instance, like starting school and trying to make sure I make a good grade. I think that just like stressed me out. Keeping up with how fast-paced college is and trying to like make sure I get a good job that pays me well enough, but maybe I don't want to work that many days because I want to make sure I have some days to do schoolwork, and then maybe I just want one day to absolutely do nothing because it's important to have some rest and mental breaks from everything. That's very important. Look like I have like harsh lines right now, but I promise when I powder and put everything, it's not harsh at all. We're gonna go in with the darker color too, the 500C. I like my bronzer to be deeper than that. Ooh, she dark. We're just gonna do those little couple taps. so I can see the color payoff. Always add more. I don't want to do too much too fast. I usually like warm bronzers. I think cooler bronzers look better on lighter skinned people. I feel like I'm a good medium color. You can do both. I prefer warmer contour, warmer bronzing. I really just bronze. You don't ever really contour on a regular day. Go ham on the bronzer, like a powdered one and a fluffy brush. I was using the e.l.f. small stippling brush for blending this liquid. It's bomb for any liquid products. If you like liquid products, like even like a liquid highlighter. When I do my face makeup, I feel like it sets the foundation for how my look is gonna go. If I do like a good freaking face makeup, then I feel like my eyes and everything else looks good. But if my face makeup's messed up, then I feel like everything looks messed up. That's just me. Tad bit of a perfectionist. I'm gonna do a little on the nose. You can already see like a natural shadows, so I just take it right down low. If you notice, I haven't added anything extra to the brush. I contour my nose to give it more shape. And I'm gonna dab just a little bit more of the medium one, 450C, not the darkest one, just to help. I take the same brush and blend it in, and I just blend it down the sides and avoid the bridge of my nose because that's where I want it to be highlighted. Just like getting the sides right here. I like that helps. I just like the shape of my nose after that. Before I do my concealer, I like to make sure I have my powder ready. I try the setting powder from Beauty Bakery, the flower setting powder, and it's in Oat, which is their translucent color. I'm gonna go with my Oh Faithful, my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, just because of the undertone in it. Perfection for my skin tone. And I'm not trying to go cakey. I just need under my eyes because that's important. I know people have like 1,000 ways they like to put on their concealer. Whatever floats your boat. I put it where I want highlight to come through. And just a little on my forehead and a little on the chin. You notice I dipped in one time. I wipe off the excess from the back and then use that one dip all over my face because I don't want too much, because again I want to avoid whatever's going to make me cakey. So on my chin, on my forehead. Guys, if we have a flawless skin day, I'm going to be hype. Like, I love a good skin. I saved the eyes for last because that's where I want the concealer to sit the longest, so that it thickens up and I get the most coverage out of what I lay down without having to keep applying a bunch on. And I also tap it on top of my eye, just like this, to help just conceal everything out, and it's kind of like an eyeshadow primer. My contact is going crazy. If you're a contact wearer like me, then you know the struggles when your contact goes where the heck it wants in your eye. And make sure like those inner corners, get into those. Don't let no makeup be cakey around there. And I try not to make too many facial expressions. I'm doing my face makeup because I don't want any of my creases in my face to fill in. I try to do my best to make the less blank expressions, and I'm literally just blending the stippling brush. I haven't added anything on it, just like re-feathering out so I can get that contour going back around. Honestly, key to a good face makeup is back and forth blending. That's with eyeshadow too. Just pick up here, put back, pick down, put back. And I know it can be time consuming and like overwhelming. Once you pick it up and like, oh, this is not really that hard. Go ahead and set that in place with that Beauty Bakery Oat Translucent Powder. And I'm gonna start on my forehead. And I use a good amount because I need to fill in the lines, like set them smooth so that they're not creasy. So usually like when I make facial expressions after, it's not gonna crease so much. It just works for me. Like you can see them. I set them good. Usually don't become a problem for me later. I'll go down the bridge of my nose. Setting around the nose is really important too. I'm just gonna pre-hit under the eye just to make sure it's really blended out. And then I'll do my best to look up and to get in there without looking back down until I'm done setting. You can see I'm only setting the highlighted places on my face and helping keeping my contour chisel up in the back is where I really want it straight, and then I just do a smoother blend down at the bottom. And anywhere I feel like I lost my contour or something, I'm gonna set it all in place with the powder contour. If you're like, Savannah, you're looking a little dry right now, don't worry, that's why I added all those dewy products, because by the end of this, I will be dewed up again, which y'all will see. Now I'm gonna set the rest of my face. This is a Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder, and I'm in the color 826C, which is golden tan, and I'm just gonna go over chin, nose, and forehead. And this is me setting the bronze areas just lightly, not too much. And this is where I'll blend out the line of translucent powder I put. The reason why I'm setting it before I actually go on my bronzing powder is so that my bronzing powder doesn't stick and it's not streaky. You can totally set with translucent powder all over, but I don't want to cause a light cast. Not that I even know if that powder even causes a light cast, but the reason why I don't like to do it is because I don't want it ending up at all looking ashy. Bronzing, one of my favorite things to do. Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette. I take my NYX Professional Makeup #2 brush. It looks crazy because I like had it in a bag, but it usually looks like this. I'm taking the deep highlight color, which is a good like under eye setting color if you have a dark skin. And I'm using this to warm up my face because like I said, I like warmer bronzier colors. So I'm gonna use that to warm up my face before I put full toned dark color over it. It smells so good. I love chocolate. Just added a little warmness. This is my e.l.f. sculpting face brush. We're just gonna hit areas that I want to have deepened just a little bit. And just blend it in. I like to use two colors. Really, I feel like it helps blend it in more seamless. A little for that chiseling effect. Y'all saw I chiseled me up. Now you can see it. Those shadows are great illusions. And I do a little under the lip because it's a cheat to make your lip look bigger. I mean, you don't really tell when you open it, but like going like this definitely created a cute shadow. I'm gonna do the eyebrow gel first and then flick a couple brow hairs in with some powder. Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel. It's in the color Dub. It's a warm brown. I like the big fluffy full brow. You can see like this did something. And I just brush it up. Me, eyebrow gel is good. It locks my eyebrows in place standing up because my eyebrow hairs fall. I just go in with a little brush and try to coat it all really well. I feel like it really can make or break your look if your eyebrows look better good. I do my eyebrows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush. I have both of her eyebrow brushes, but number 12 was my favorite. I'm just brushing out in case any product was too clumpy. It will remove the clumps. Tati Beauty Volume number 1 palette, and I'm gonna go in with Ritual, which is just a really dark matte brown. And I'm gonna go in and fill the crazy looking areas of my eyebrows. And eyebrows are so personal. If you don't like them this dark, by all means, just use a lighter color. Now let's fix this one. Now I'm gonna take Story, which is a matte orange palette right next to the brown, and I'm gonna fluff that in the front of my brows. Like I said, I usually have a more stronger orange tint on my hair, so it helps bring them together. Okay, this is how my eyebrows are looking. I have my e.l.f. Line and Define eye tape. This is what they look like. And I just cut it in half. So the reason why I put it right here is because I do bottom eyeshadow and I want it to blend and I don't just want a harsh line that's way up here. And then I'm like, the part under my eye isn't cleanly blending it. We're doing a sunset eye look. I'm using the Ace Beauté Nostalgia palette. I'm gonna be using several of these shades today to really get that sunset eye vibe that I'm going for. I'm nervous. I'm like, I just gotta get into it. Okay, I'm gonna start with Flip Flops, which is really bright fuchsia color. Focus that in the crease. I'm only gonna do right here because I'm gonna be cutting the crease and the dark color is only gonna be right. And so I'm just using this as a transition color for a darker purple. I'm using a BH Cosmetic number 7 brush, and it came in set. I forgot what the set was called, but all their sets have names. I know that you can still get this set. I've seen it on their website. I made an order recently. Trying not to take this color too high. I just need it focused in this area. I just want them to be evenly pigmented. It's about copying from this side to that side, this side to that side. So I'm just gonna pack that in there. That's a good stopping point from right here. Yeah, I know it's a little higher on this side, but I didn't mean to add that much. We're gonna not bring the other one up so high. This is from Moda, one of their Bow brush collection. It's just a tiny blending detailed brush. And I'm gonna use the color Raspberry, deeper purple, and we're just gonna gradually blend that even closer. Just get that going right there. I'm following the hollow of my eye, and that's where I'm packing on the product. Just using windshield wiper motions in my crease here to get that really defined. I'm taking Flip Flop brush. I'm not mixing them because I want to keep all these colors separate on the brushes so that I have them to blend out the other ones. Same thing, use the Raspberry to really deepen the crease. I'm just taking that purple color, bringing it down the bottom of my eye where my bottom eyeshadow will start. Too much into it yet because I'll focus on my bottom eyeshadow when I take off the shadow shield, but to go ahead and connect. And purples are a hard color to work with, so if you're looking crazy, like don't freak out because purples easily look patchy and they're just like a harder color to formulate. I just want to make sure what I'm doing on one eye, I'm doing on the other, so that they're symmetrical as possible. So I'm just taking the Flip Flop, stretching up just slightly, blending the edges. The same collection, I'm gonna use the number 10 with the color Purple, which is that really deep purple, and focus that just on the ends. Really help define the shape I'm going for. So I'm just alternating between the berry and the carnival brush, just, you know, where I feel like needs to be blended here and there. I'm gonna take this ColourPop medium 22 concealer just because one of the lightest concealers I have. I'm take a flat detailer brush. I'm gonna grab some concealer on one side of the brush. We're going to cut out the cut crease. I've never done one at a crazy angle like this, so I'm like super nervous. I'm a super beginner to cut crease look, so y'all can learn right along with me. I'm just grabbing a little bit more concealer. I'm just taking my time, I'm not trying to stress myself out too much. And I think the key is to have enough concealer on your brush at a time. And if you have hooded lids like me, watch out that you don't do what I just did, even though I knew better. That's to not close my eye before I knew it was done drying. And it's up to you, like obviously the design of the eye shape you're going for. And I'm taking it a little bigger because I do have hooded eyes, so I want to be able to see it. Wherever I'm missing the depth, I'm just gonna go around it. Go around. This is the second darkest color. It's raspberry. In Carnival, to help clean up this with a sharper tip. Just want it a bit cleaner. And I'm gonna take flip-flops on the fluffy brush and I'm gonna dab that in the corner. Because what I'm going to do is transition the color back to the dark. This is definitely a more technical look. Don't by any means like this is a beginner look. I feel like I have to get really close to the mirror to get a nice clean line. Just cleaning that one up a little bit. Okay, now to take this over here. Yikes. Okay. Just do it, you got this. I'm gonna be real frank with y'all. This one did not come out as good as this one, but I can fix it. For whatever reason you mess up, do not stress about it. It can be fixed. Let's flip the pull side back around here. That took a little much. And so I feel like it's important to show your mistakes just as much as it is to show all the stuff you do really good when doing makeup, so that nobody feels like they can't do it, they made a mistake, or they're just gonna make a bunch of mistakes and like they're all fixable. I fixed it enough. Recut it since I fixed it. You need to cut it. I just didn't go down where I needed to go down. That's why I had messed up. And I promise it's the hardest part of the look. I think, at least for me it is. And again, I'm just trying to match them up. When I'm adding more color to the brush, I'm literally just touching the eyeshadow. I'm not digging in there. I just touch it and that's enough color to add back on the brush. Whenever I get stressed out with my makeup, my boyfriend's like, I know to stay away from you because you be getting real pissed. This is a Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna take the color Water Slide in the palette. It's a bright yellow. And we're gonna pack that on in the front. I love yellow on me. It's one of my favorite colors to wear. Don't take the yellow past where you carved out your eyes. I just swooped the yellow underneath the eye here as well, and I'm just packing it front so I can get it as vibrant as possible on my skin tone. Now we're gonna take Vacation, which is the bright orange color. We're gonna make that in the middle here. Hopefully my fan's not too loud. I was literally wetting. And then I'm packing back on the flip-flop color so that we didn't lose that definition there. And I'm just going back and forth with the brushes, blend the colors together so it is a nice gradient. And again, more flip-flops on the outer corner here. I'm using Carnival, the darkest purple color, to redefine that outer that I did before I go and start blending so I don't lose it. Going full side and I'm blending right over where I put Carnival. I'm going to take the orange brush, just Vacation, and I'm blending the top out of that, add that color in there. Lastly, I'm going to take the yellow brush and just, I don't want to get too high, but at the very end for my brow bone, I'm hitting it to blend that out. I'm saving the smallest area for some brow bone highlight. sunset or not. And I'm just making sure I brought all the colors up on my eye the same so that I have the same definition all over. I never used this palette before. It's a newer one. I'm really liking it. For some razzle dazzle, take the same yellow brush, wipe it off. I'm gonna take my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter, the really yellow gold, and I'm gonna put sparkle, wet my brush. This is my Dewy Set by Anastasia. I'm just gonna use that because it's next to me. You can just use water. I'm actually using my finger so that I can carry the sparkle on. Took it too far right here, so I'm just going to take the orange and blend it back out. And back with my finger, I'm just patting it on. And now I just have like the most beautiful gradient gold glimmer. Your finger really packs it on better. Take the vacation brush again and just blend out the edges. And I'm enjoying the sparkle over. It's gonna take it up. I'm just going back over with my blending brushes. It is giving what I need. It wasn't looking as blended as I would like it to be. I'll help it out. Now I'm gonna do the same thing to my other eye. Was really the pizzazz it was missing. I'm a sparkle girl. If you like all matte, you could just left it alone. It was still cute without it. I'm telling y'all a bunch of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to really get the look that you're going for. We're finishing on the eyes. I'm gonna take these off. I'm literally just gonna take base brushes, start with my bronzer, and brush it out because it will come off. Now to fix this harsh line, the face powder brush under the eyes. And that's what I'm using to soap out. Now I just need to fix my under eye shadow. I'm just taking the color Vacation and I'm fixing and I'm blending. I'm just going to take the brush I used for the yellow and do that for the brow bone highlight. Take the time to blend those together. Angled liner brush, and I'm going to take raspberry first. I'll use it like an eyeliner. I'm taking raspberry, but then I'll take carnival over it. Now I'm going with carnival. I'm sharpening the cut crease lines that I do want sharp. And I'm doing very lightly in the front of the eye. Darkness is staying at the edge of my eye. I had dipped my brush in a little more so that I could add more depth. Look at the clean up. She's work. She's flawless. Making sure they look symmetrical top and bottom. Okay, I'm finally satisfied with my eyes. I hope that you're like, they look amazing. I'm gonna use the blush from Alamar Cosmetics. I'm going with Succulent. Like some blush on my nose. I'm using another B8 Cosmetics brush and a 114. I'm gonna add the Fenty Beauty a little bit for my highlighter. This is a BH Cosmetics 118 brush, and this is just what I use for my inner corner highlight. So I'm just going a little bit for some shine, not too much because my eyes are busy. I think it's so cute on the tip of my nose, on the cupid's bow. Then Saint Luck lip liner in Sacred Admirer. It's like a cool tone brown. If you're any darker than me, I wouldn't recommend this because it's not as dark as I like. And I don't overdraw my lips. I just go around the lines. Well, y'all saw me do that. I'm just gonna put that right back in there. It's still gonna work. It wasn't terribly hard to put on, but I think if the stick was drier, which is why I feel like it broke, it wasn't pressing too hard. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Glossy Gloss in Muted Mauve. It's a really pretty nude peachy color. I'm gonna take this Buxom lip gloss in Sandy and I'll put it in the center to make it lighter. The lips are just like skin tone so that they're not competing with the eye. Spray my face because now I'm dry with all the powders I put on. Dewy Set by Anastasia. I'm just gonna drench myself in this. And it's really hard to not make any facial expressions. Face is fully dry. Anywhere I feel like I'm dry, I can just spray more. I do this before I do my eyelashes and mascara. It really does give you glow to your face. I don't like my thing around my mouth. Whatever. I get my smile line really bad right there. And I'm not putting anything on this